It'd been 8 years since John and Ada said their vows, promising to stand by each other through thick and thin. Together, they had weathered life storms, surviving moments of scarcity, health challenges, and the pressures of building a family. John had worked tirelessly to make a name for himself in his field, always supported by Ada, who was his rock and the heart of their home. John had been working for a major engineering firm for the past 5 years. His boss, Mr. Collins, was known to be ruthless in his business dealings, but was highly respected in the industry. The firm has just received a multi-million dollar contract from an international client, one that will skyrocket John's career into the limelight. It was the opportunity of a lifetime, one he had been dreaming of ever since he joined the company. John was determined to win the contract, and Ada, as always, was there, cheering him on. One afternoon, Ada decided to surprise her husband by bringing him lunch at his office. It was a small gesture, but it was one of the ways they kept their love alive in the midst of the busy schedules. She parked her car in the lot and walked into the sleek glass building, holding a homemade meal in her hand. As she made her way to John's office, she accidentally bumped into someone in the hallway. Papers flew everywhere. "Oh, I'm so sorry," Ada exclaimed, killing to pick up the scattered documents. "No worries at all," the man said in a smooth, deep voice. He bent down to help, his eyes scanning Ada in a way that made her skin crawl. It was Mr. Collins. Ada recognized him immediately from the few company events she had attended with John. He was a tall, imposing figure with a sharp suit and a smile that never quit. She quickly gathered the papers, apologized once again, and excused herself. But as she turned to leave, she could feel his eyes lingering on her. Later that evening, when John came back home, he was so excited. He said to his wife, "I think I've got a real shot at this contract." His face glowing with hope. Mr. Collins hinted that he's going to give me the lead in this contract, but he asked me to talk to him privately tomorrow. Ada smiled, proud of her husband's hard work and dedication. "You deserve it, my husband. Whatever it is, you've earned this." The next day, John met with Mr. Collins in his office. Mr. Collins wasted no time in getting to the point. "John, I have seen your work and you have impressed me. This contract is massive and it could make or break your career. I'm willing to give it to you," Collins said, leaning back in his chair. John felt a stung of excitement. "I will do whatever it takes, sir," he said. Collins smiled, but there was something cold in his eyes. There was something cold about his eyes. "I don't doubt your commitment, John, but there is a condition attached to this very one. Something I want in return." John's stomach tightened as the older man leaned forward, his voice dropping to a low whisper. "Your wife." John blinked, thinking he has Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You heard me. I have seen your wife. She looks so beautiful. If you want this contact, I want a night with her. Just one night. Think about that. Think about what the money will do for you and your family. You need it. You need this money," he said. "Sir, you can't be serious. You're talking about my wife here." Mr. Collins smiled. "I am dead serious, John. It's the way the world works. You scratch my back, and I will scratch yours. If you're not interested, I'll find someone else who is. But think about it. This kind of opportunity doesn't come around often. Don't make a decision you will regret." As days passed, John couldn't shake off the feeling of losing a multi-million-dollar contract. He have thought of what to do to get this contract back. He decided to plead with Mr. Collins to bear with him, but all yielded no fruit. He then made up his mind to talk to his wife, Ada. One afternoon, when John came back from work, he called his wife into the sitting room and said to her, Ada, I know you don't like this life we are living. I know you want me to give you more of life, the luxury of life, buy anything you want, and financial freedom. You know, we really needed financial freedom in our lives because a point will come, we'll start having kids, and we need money to take care of these kids. Ada was baffled and asked, yes, I know all of this. Is there a problem? John continued, swallowing his pride. I I want you to see this in a very logical way, in a business-minded way. Please don't be angry if I sound the way you will not like. But please, can you just see this in my own, this is just my own opinion. You know this contract is worth millions of dollars. Please. Mr. Collins said it's just a night. Can you try to just a night, just a night. It won't hurt. I won't feel bad. Just a night, please. Can you? Ada was shocked and he cut him off immediately. What are you saying? Hey, John, you want me to sell my body for some change? Is that how much I'm worth to you? She asked. Listen to me. No, I will not listen to you. So you want us? Oh, is this what we are worth? We are worth money? Is this what this marriage is all about to you? I've stayed with you through trying times. It did not even occur to me to sell my body or do what? John, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed at you. I don't believe you open your mouth to spill this rubbish. So you are suggesting I know it's a terrible thing to ask, but you thought of it. This money will set us up for life. Even it can even be passed to our generation. Ada looked at John with anger in her eyes. John, do you know that you are not a little different from Mr. Collins? You suggesting your wife to sell her body for your career. I'm out of here. Suit yourself, she said, and walked out of John. That night, Ada didn't utter a word to John. She was very pissed at his suggestion. In fact, she slept at the visitor's room. John, on the other hand, has tried talking to her to forget about the whole scenario, that he's no longer interested in the contract. But Ada couldn't bring herself to speak to him because she really disappointed her. She had never imagined that John could come up with such callous idea. As days passed, John's desperation grew. He thought never to lose this contract because he is determined that the contract will be his financial breakthrough. Ada, on the other hand, thinking that John has forgotten everything about the contract, now forgive her husband and let him back into her heart. As days passed, everything returned back to normal. Then one afternoon, Mr. Collins walked into Mr. John's office, sit on the chair looking at Mr. John. Mr. John greeted him. "Good afternoon, sir," he said. "There is nothing good about this afternoon. My time is ticking. I need answers. If you know you are not interested in this contract, let me know. Let me give it to the next available person." "Sir, I'm interested. In fact, I've done all I could to convince my wife, but she refused. I don't know what to do. I really need this contract. I know, contract like this comes once in a lifetime. We're talking about millions of dollars here, not some change. You're a man and you need to secure your future and the future of your born children. Very soon you set up a family. You start having kids. You need this money. And I'm offering you this money on a platter. I think you know what to do." Mr. Collins advised. "I know, but I've talked to my wife. She refused. But I think there is something we should do." Mr. Collins asked curiously. Mr. John stood up, get close to him, and whispered something in his ears. Ada woke up with a start, confusion turning into terror. As a man burst into the apartment, the intruder holding a gun and backing out orders, John pretended to struggle, throwing up a weak defense to maintain the charade. The intruder, who was masked, roughly grabbed Ada, laid her on the bed, and make out with her. Ada's scream echoed through the whole house. John watched, numb and discharged, as this man carried out this callous act. His mind shut down with a mix of fear, guilt, and greed creeping up within him.